I've sold a lot of websites to local businesses, and this is by far the easiest way to land web design clients. So in the next couple minutes, I'm going to share with you my 5 proven strategies to actually find these local clients. And then I'm going to share with you one of my local business projects, including how I found them and how much I charged for the website. And then at the very end of this video, I'm going to share with you my golden question that I ask every single prospect to get them interested in hiring me for a website project. So let's get into it. I absolutely love focusing on a local geographical area because there's just less competition. I don't have to compete with all the other web designers in the entire world. And usually, if you look at just your own city, there's just a handful of other designers, and so it makes it a lot easier for you to compete and stand out. Now, one thing that you're going to want to keep in mind about selling websites to local businesses is these most likely are not going to be $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 websites. Typically, these companies have smaller budgets, and so you should shoot to charge between $3,000 and $5,000 for a website. But of course, this will depend on the client's budget and their needs. Now, one of the best parts about local businesses is they rarely need some type of custom website or custom solution. Typically, they just need a standard brochure website with a few pages. So while these are going to be lower ticket projects, they're going to be way faster turnaround, way easier to manage, way easier to find. And for most of these, you can use templates to build the website because the clients don't really care. And then the best part of working local is the insane referral potential. Meaning if you do a good job for one company, they're much more likely to recommend you to some other local business. Because in tight-knit communities, people talk, especially business owners. All right, so now let's talk about the 5 methods that you can use to actually find these local clients. So the first method is cold outreach. And cold outreach oftentimes gets a bad rap because it is one of the less effective ways. But what I found is on a local scale, it actually works really well because it never is purely cold outreach. A lot of times, you can make it feel like warm outreach because you live in the same community. You have common interests, you have common connections, and it's really easy to bring something up that's relevant and personal to them. And so it's not going to feel like cold outreach, and they're much more likely to respond to you. Now, cold outreach can be done through a phone call, through an email, and through social media. And I've found the most success doing cold outreach through Facebook because it seems that Facebook is a lot better at keeping things grouped into communities, whether that's a Facebook group or just common connections that you have through your friends. The next method is my bread and butter, and that is local SEO. It doesn't take a whole lot for you to rank towards the top in the organic search results and on the maps. And so really all you need to do is create a Google business profile, which is completely free. You need to verify your location, which you can just use your home location if you don't have an office, and then you can hide that location on your listing. Then you're going to want to start collecting Google reviews. Now, if you don't have any past clients to ask for a review, you can ask friends and family, people that know you, know your work, and know your character. Because the more reviews you get, the more your business listing is going to stand out. And then the only other thing you need to do is optimize your website for local keywords. Now, there's a lot more that goes into this. I've actually got a full training inside of my pro group. So if you want to check that training out on local SEO, and there's like 20 other trainings, you can just click the link right up here in the corner. The third method is called OYM, or open your mouth. Now, this is exactly what it sounds like. You just need to be willing and confident and brave enough to open your mouth and talk to everyone you can about what you do. I've sold websites to my dentist, to my gym, to people that go to my church, and people that live in my neighborhood. And it doesn't take a whole lot, and you don't have to come across as salesy. Just be quick to open your mouth and share with people what it is that you do. So really quickly, I want to share a website that I landed clear back at the end of 2018. So this was early on in my web design career, but this is a website client that I landed via Facebook. Now, this wasn't a Facebook friend. In fact, this was a friend that I had on Facebook that posted about this new gym opening, and it was a friend of theirs, so kind of like a mutual friend. So what I want to do is open up Facebook and show you the actual conversation that I had with this individual. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit more. So I removed his name just for privacy reasons, but the message that I sent him was, "Hey Trevin, I saw you were opening a gym in Idaho Falls. Doug Swanson had shared it. I grew up here in Idaho Falls and own a digital agency that helps small businesses, especially startups, with websites, SEO, online reviews, and more. I'm reaching out because yours is a business that interests me. and I would love to chat and see if there is any way I could help. Even if I did a bit of free work just to open the door and get to know you. My website is patedigital.com. Hope you have a chance to get back to me. I've been waiting to do some work with this type of niche. So I sent this message and I got this response. Hey man, thanks for reaching out. Let me take a look at your website and I'll get back to you. I'm interested. So the reason that I got a response here wasn't because my intro message was so great. The reason that I got a response was because I mentioned a mutual contact or a mutual friend that we both had. And that makes a prospect feel like, oh geez, I kind of know this person. I better respond to them. So what I said is, sounds great, no rush. I know it's a holiday weekend, talk soon. So this was a few weeks later and I said, hey Trevin, just checking back one more time to see if you had a chance to check out my site. I would love to chat sometime this week and see if I can't offer anything to help you bring in a bunch of new clients. I also have some solutions for online reviews that I would be happy to let you try for free just because I know starting a business has a lot of costs. Let me know. So this follow-up message was what finally hooked Trevin, and his response was, Peyton, would you have time next Monday to meet? I'd really like to see some of your work and see what you could help our business with as far as advertising goes. We really need to get a sick website going. So after that, I went and met with Trevin at his gym, which again is another bonus of working with local clients. We were able to talk about a website and eventually build this really great website. It was a 3-page website, pretty easy. He had all the images and videos ready. He had a style in mind. And so it was a pretty simple project, especially for how little experience I had. So hopping over here into my bookkeeping software, you'll see this Apex website build. I charge a total of $1,799, which came in 2 different payments. So $1,800 for this website. Now this may seem cheap to some of you, but for me, being so early on in my career, this was life-changing. And so this really works. Cold outreach like this and opening your mouth really works. You just have to spend the time and look for the opportunities and the right people to speak with. The 4th method is local connections. Now there are several different ways for you to connect with local business owners. You can join your local chamber of commerce. You can look to give a presentation at some sort of local speaking event. And I was actually surprised at how many of those there are, and they need speakers. So all you have to do is sign up. You can be a sponsor for local sports teams or events. And my favorite way to get local connections is by finding complementary partnerships. So if I sell websites, I might want to reach out to other marketing agencies that don't offer websites and make some sort of agreement with them where they pass me clients and I pass them clients, and it's a mutually beneficial agreement. I actually made a partnership like this with somebody that buys and sells dental offices, and they've referred me a ton of different offices to build their websites. So if you find those great connections, it's just going to be a constant stream of referrals. And the 5th method is what I would just call physical. So this is doing physical, outward, visual things that will get people to notice you. So this can be passing around flyers, which is actually a pretty cheap way to connect with tons of businesses. You can get a huge decal on the side of your car or on your rear windshield that just says, I build websites, and then your phone number or your URL. And then one of my favorites is just wear a t-shirt that says, I build websites, ask me about it. And wear this t-shirt every time you go to the mall, you go to the restaurant, anything you can do to start up conversations with people about web design. All right, so we've talked about all these methods, and now I want to share with you my golden question that I ask every single prospect. Now, what you're going to find is that this question isn't some crazy Jedi mind trick. It's actually very simple. But the reason this works so well is it's non-confrontational, and it's just a really smooth opener to get into a discussion about web design. So every time I cold call somebody, every time I walk into a business, if I'm speaking with the owner, I just ask them, when was the last time you guys updated your website? For whatever reason, people are really willing to answer this question. And usually the answer is going to be, it's been a while. We've been meaning to do it, but we just haven't gotten around to it. And so that really opens the door for you to share what it is that you do, even offer some sort of free website audit, or just to take a look at their website and see if you have any recommendations for them. Once you get your foot in the door like this, it's going to be a lot easier to upsell them on a full website to help their business. So thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you land your next web design client soon. And you might as well hit the like button down below for good luck. We'll catch you in the next one.